Mimi nataka niseme hivi.
Watulivu tafadhali.
Nataka niseme hivi. I'll be very brief and very short like a cock on a head and say this. I will say that mimi mtu akiniambia, for example, mtu kama Ababu akiniambia kwamba huyu Ababu amekaa hapa akiniambia kwamba Ruto 10 nitaamini, kwa sababu huyu ndio alitengeneza president. Lakini mtu ambaye mimi na yeye tulikuwa napigia Raila kura akiniambia Ruto 10 tena, ninajua hiyo ni kelele yetu ya kawaida ya Wasaka hao. Vitu kama hizo. Kwa sababu why I'm saying that, huwezi waacha kura ambayo imekupatia urais. Kura inakuja block from one region, unaenda kwa kura ambayo inatengenezanga tu opposition leader. You can't do that unless you are stupid. Unasikia? Hii kura yetu utengeneza tu opposition leader, haijawahi tengeneza rais. Unasikia? Na hii kura unakuja kutafuta ni ile ya kuokota kidogo kidogo. Umeacha block mzima, and then you will have you think you will have a second term. From where? Where? Hiyo yetu ni kelele tu. Ruto 10 Wasaka hao sijui nini, tandika Mluya kwa lazima ongee Kijaluo, tandika mkeka. Na mimi nasema hivi, mimi I cannot support this government because I know even here I'm among the majority. I'm among the majority here. 99% of the people here right now are opposed to this government. It's only 1%. I will not be an accomplice. I will not be an accomplice to the dark moments of our country. I can't be an accomplice. Well, I can't be an accomplice with the dark moments of our country. The dark moments of abduction, the dark moments of stealing, the dark moments of corruption. I can't be an accomplice to that. No. I can't ruin the future of my children by supporting this government. I can't. Anybody supporting this government has no future. We are going to have a future. And I am telling you the truth. I am saying, I'm concluding with this one, Mr. Speaker. Yes. Kwa sababu naona watu wengine wanachukia watu wa mlima sana. Let me tell you this. Yes. Na utoke nayo hapo kwa kichwa. Raila did not lose because Kikuyus refused to vote for him. Raila lost because watu wake tulikataa kutoka kupiga kura. Yes. 1 million Luyas did not vote. 1 million Luyas did not vote. 700,000 Luyas did not vote. Na Raila received only 200,000. Makosa ya Mkikuyu kwa na unalaumu Mkikuyu kwa kupigia Ruto. IBC ndio walikilia Ruto, sio Mkikuyu alimkilia. Kama Ruto angekuwa kwa balo angepata vote. Yes. So what I'm saying as I finalize is that whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you ende juu rudi chini, uongee uongo usiongee, Ruto has gone home. He has gone. There is nothing, completely nothing Ruto will do between now and 2027 to salvage himself. There is nothing. Kitabu ya Danieli 5:25 inasema mene tekel ufasin. Yani the days of your kingdom are numbered.
Most members of parliament when you are elected, they are dark forces. including the ones who are in state houses. They use money to manipulate your thinking completely. By the time you are 2 weeks, you don't even know what you represent.
What do you mean? How is that done?
It's so easy. You are taken to State House, then you have lunch with the president. You know, having lunch with the president.
It's a big
and
thing.
Some of these people have never been to Nairobi. They were brought here. Some did not even have cars. They were bought fast cars in Parliament.
Yeah.
So they get here, they are stuck, including even my member of Parliament. Sorry to say so. He was not driving before he got to Parliament.
Okay.
So when you get here, you have a car, and then you have a driver, you have a bodyguard, then you are sitting with the president. Eric, you are human. It stops completely. It takes
the
those
brain?
bold.
The brain stops functioning.
It stops, even for some doctors. And you know, with the levels of psychopathy, again, psychopathy is like a disease. It's the worst disease than cancer. Because you see, cancer, you can know.
Just the presence of the head of state
Lunch.
sitting across the table.
Just sitting with the president. And then he's free, talking to you nicely. Then you're given some small money, 100,000. These people are so cheap. Some even make legislation in Parliament after getting some 5,000 or 10,000. Yeah. It's so unfortunate. I think it has been spoken about by many others. Parliament not spoke about that. The challenge is that we are losing a Parliament, which is a independent constitution provided for independent institution provided for by the constitution with roles and obligation to check the excesses of the
executive. And yet this doesn't happen. It
does not happen.
We talked about the 12th Parliament many times on this show. And we talked about how many Kenyans were expressing frustration with Parliament. You are a member of that Parliament.
Yeah, I was a member of that Parliament.
And we were kept talking about it and saying, look, it appears as though they don't even have to debate. And it's the same thing that we are seeing now in the 13th Parliament. It's as soon as a matter is brought, the speaker
to vote.
Let's go to the vote. Put the question.
Yeah.
Can the mover respond?
Yeah.
And there's no debating happening.
You see, and they utilize some of the provisions.
So why are we losing Parliament? It can't just be because someone is bringing 100,000 shillings and a car.
And lunch.
It can't be. What else? Or what is it?
Eric, is more than that.
What is it?
And that is a very good question. And I want to remind you that Parliament was not the same as what it is now. What we found in 2013 was different. Let me give you a small history, then I answer your question. When we joined Parliament in 2013 with the new constitution, the current Parliament, as per the provisions of the constitution, is more powerful than the previous one.
Yep.
As per the constitution.
Yes.
Because it has the power to budget,
Yep.
to oversight it has bigger power. If you were to explain,
its budget,
it controls its budget,
calendar,
it controls everything.
Okay.
It has all the powers it is having. So we found a better Parliament. And in 2013, when we started, we were more powerful and we were doing our roles. We tried our best. And most of the things that Uhuru achieved is through our intervention as oversighting in Parliament. The very many, including, the challenge, the executive, immediately Parliament is formed, they buy on the opposition members of Parliament so that they are less. Like it's my considered opinion that this current Parliament, Kenya Kwanza are minority.
The minority.
It's a law.
In your first Parliament, you are clearly the majority.
We were majority.
As a Jubilee coalition. Yeah. With a tyranny of numbers.
And that does not mean that you are government. Sometimes you lie to yourself throughout. You can lie to yourself, dreaming, saying you're rich throughout for 1 month.
Until the landlord comes.
You will believe that when the landlord gets in, then you know this is not your house. That's exactly what is happening in that Parliament. Some members have lied to themselves that they are more government, and they should not be government. They are actually
and that's the thing, Mheshimiwa, we are not seeing any difference between the vibe we are getting from the 13th Parliament from the one we got from the 12th Parliament or the 11th Parliament. The tyranny of numbers boasting was that we are government, we are the majority by a big margin.
When you hear the majority leader saying that these Kenyans will lose, that's trying to incite. Why can't you create jobs that are commensurate to these people? If you had a functioning economic system, an economic ecosystem that functions. In fact, Your problem should be, we don't have enough labor, people working in those houses, your housing units. You go to those housing units, you find graduates. I have a teacher who came to see me. He's working in a housing project, private sector housing project behind my office. He's a graduate. And he went to school, qualified as a teacher. He's now working in Amjengo. Not because that is his expertise or specialty. It's because the system cannot create more jobs for teachers. And it is the same across the entire labor market. People are doing jobs that don't match their qualifications, and they are paid meager wages that don't meet their qualifications. They are not applying their skill sets to what they studied in university or even in colleges or TVETs. So what if the question is unemployment? The answer is not to tell everybody to turn to become a mason or a plumber. Yeah, because that's what they're doing, that everybody, all Kenyans, turn into a plumber, become a mason, then go and work in a housing project. No. The answer to unemployment is you must come up with an economy that creates opportunities for every Kenyan based on their qualifications. We should not be finding teachers doing mjengo jobs, odd jobs, just to earn a basic meal for the day. I want to find a Kenyan teacher teaching Kenyan kids and future generations to become greater Kenyans, or even if need be, exporting the labor to places that reward them for their qualification and sweat.
Okay.
Taking them, forcing our graduates to work in those units and saying they are now causing unemployment is gaslighting.
Okay.
They are misleading us. And we must call bullshit when it's being served on the table.
Mimi naona historia inajirudia. History is repeating itself. Wale watu ya rika yangu, wale over 50, wanajua wakati ya Moi tulikuwa na shida. Moi akaharibu uchumi, akaharibu biashara za watu wetu, akafuta watu wetu kazi, akatuangaisha. Tukaanza kumkataa. Ndio atuangaishe kwa sababu tumemkataa, akatafuta kijana aunde kundi haramu ya kuja kunyanyasa akina mama. Hiyo kikundi ikaumiza wamama, ikaumiza watoto, ikaumiza wafanyabiashara, ikaletea kila mtu shida katika area hii. Sasa naona huyu rais wetu amerudia tu hapo. Ametuharibia uchumi, ametuharibia biashara, watu wamemkataa. Ndio atuangaishe, amefufua ile kikundi haramu ilikuwa nasumbua kina mama. Mimi nimwambie hiyo maneno ni mbaya, na watu ya area hii hawezi kubali. Na hiyo kikundi iliumiza watu wetu, na ukiilete watu wetu watakuchukia zaidi kuliko vile walikuwa wamekuchukia. Hiyo maneno tungetaka ikome, ni maneno ambaye hawezi kubalika katika eneo hili.
Ruto have hired Maina Njenga to do some dirty work for him in Mount Kenya region. Maina Njenga, I want to warn you. The blood of those people you killed when you were Mungiki leader is still crying for vengeance in heaven. Is still crying for justice in heaven. You left Mungiki. You said you started a church. You said you are born again. And God said, okay, let's see if this man is ready to change. You are not ready to change. Your records in heaven have been reopened. How can you go and attack innocent people who are just gathered to pray? A woman, for that matter, Dorcas, Reverend. How can you do that? Let me tell you this. This is the voice of heaven. If you do not change between now and 27, you are a dead man walking. You are a dead man walking. Because God will strike you. Heaven has not forgotten the innocent people you killed. The women you made widows. The children you made orphans. God has not forgotten. Heaven has not forgotten the violence you meted on people. The cruelty, the murders, the slaughters. And you will pay very dearly for that. So you have two options. Get back to church. If not, you did all these things under the watch of Moi because you were contracted to do it under that government. Now, under Moi, the reincarnate, Ruto, Samoi, you are doing it again. It shall not be well with you. I'm an apostle and a prophet at the same time. Always accurate, always on point. You are a dead man walking.
I'm only saying simply, let's be responsible. We do not want to think about switching off people because the capacity is there. I would want us to be responsible on social media. Instead of putting me in a coffin and displaying me out there, why don't you just tell me what you want?
For all of those that want to save TikTok in America, vote for Trump. The other side's closing it up. But I'm now a big star on TikTok. We even have TikTok Jack, and we're setting records. We're not doing anything with TikTok, but the other side's going to close it up. So if you like TikTok, go out and vote for Trump. And as of today, TikTok is back. So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote, the youth vote. They win a lot of votes, but they never won the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. So I like TikTok. I like it. I like it. I had a slightly good experience, wouldn't you say? Romney lost it by 40 points. Not so long ago, we won it by 36 points. That's a very big spread. But I said we need to save TikTok because we're talking about a tremendous... Who in this audience goes with TikTok? Many? Yeah, very popular. And frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs.
Kwanza mimi ikifika 2027 naiba mpaka kura ya madhangu na budangu. Sitaki warudi tu huko tena. Sima youth church anuka. Madha zetu bado Ruto unaenda home na 13 parliament tunaivunja. Wende home wote tuanze fresh.
And we are not alone. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Niko ndani na tunamalizana na nyinyi kama tunamalizana na nyinyi. Mmetutesa sana. Today is today. You must hear our cry. Sisi ni sisi. Mtatusikiza. Hii ni bunge yetu. Sisi tumewafanya mko hapa. This is our parliament. You must hear us. Kama hamna masikio tutawafanya msikie.
No one is going to tell me what to do at one time. I'm in charge. So please put that proposal on the table and then let's discuss it. And if they need a right, you can't say because
President, nataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi. Na hawa wananchi hawa they will punish you na hata ukiwa na pesa watakutoa nje.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then they are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then they are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait. because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mneke kwa list jameni. List ya reject.
Majenzi mko, kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana, na tunapongeza nyinyi, na muendelee. Mtaendelea, lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika, muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He's can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Get out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunk did better than you.
Nice.
Mungu nguvu yetu, itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau na jali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imekuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Tutatafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they use their might because they didn't vote. The largest vote in the last election.
You like me, why them a fight me. You like me, chewing a bone, bite it. You like me, chewing a bite it. Don't like, power and shop. When I touch them, even if we push them. When I touch them, stay fine, not touch them. When I touch them, what they are, I soak them. In fan, I say, you bust them.